Hello everyone, this is Darwell20 and welcome to episode 38 of FTB Interactions, where today I'm harvesting some obsidian from this little obsidian lake that I found. Well, it's a lava lake, but I turned into an obsidian lake with water, because vanilla Minecraft is a thing where that happens. So I'm just getting a bunch of obsidian, mostly for EMC purposes. I mean, at this stage of the game, I don't know that there's a lot that I've been doing with the EMC tablet, but getting obsidian is definitely one of the things that I've been doing a lot. And as a result, like, I'm getting a lot of EMC because obsidian is a lot of EMC. So what I'm thinking is get more obsidian equals get more EMC. And I came out in this general direction because the map showed that there was a lot of lava lakes out here. On the surface, at least. So, easy peasy. Slash home it up. Because it's getting dark out, and it's a little scary, and monsters are bad. Oh, I thought that was a monster for a second. I really did. Like, I just saw, like, an entity move across my screen, and I'm like, what? No! So, today's episode, we're going to get into blood magic. I was going to mark with my undershard out there, but I just didn't feel like it. How do we do on obsidian, by the way? Ooh, a stack plus. Nice. Okay. Not too shabby. I'll put this junk in here for now. Killed a few mobs on my way out there because it was like, you know how mobs can be. So today's episode, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Good question. What we're going to do is get into blood magic. However, we're also going to get into deep mob learning because of the rabbit hole. Sacrifice. Dagger of Sacrifice. Our old pal. What? No crafting recipe? What? Disabled? There must be another way. Check out the agonizer from deep mob learning. Okay, fine. If you insist. So it looks like the sacrificial dagger, self-sacrifice, is disabled in this pack. At least there's no crafting recipe for it. So we ain't going that route, right? The route we will go, however, is the agonizer from deep mob learning. So the digital agonizer, the digital mob agonizer, definitely looks like a thing. Now, I don't know how much this costs by way of RF or whatever, but if we look at you, we can see that that will get me a CEU LV. So I guess it takes forge energy, not a surprise at all there. And we can totally use the wireless thingies that we did for the pumps, so we should be cool on that too, right? Like, that's still set up, isn't it? I think it is. I don't even know. Like, that's you, right? The spectral energy injector. And I think we've still got some stuff. So what we're going to need to make is the digital mob agonizer, which doesn't look like too bad of a recipe, right? Some sooty marble, some red alloy cable, some thaumium plates, an LV machine casing, a demonic will. All easy peasy. Right? And speaking of demonic wills, I would like to get away from having to do like the throw the thingy at things, right? So where's that sword that's going to make it so that we don't need to do that no more? The one that applies the debuff. You, sentient sword. How are you made? Hellfire Forge. Right. Hellfire Forge needs a weak blood orb. So, order of operations to get into blood magic. We are going to make a digital mob agonizer that can harm mobs and get them going to make blood so that we can turn our gem that we got last episode into a weak blood orb. Once we got that, we can make a Hellfire Forge, which will get me access to the sentient sword so that I can kill things and get more will, yada, 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 etc., etc. And those are the orders of operation that we are going to go down. Cool? Cool. So let's look at the digital mob agonizer for now. What we just need is a pump and an LV machine casing, right? LV machine casing and a pump. And what else did we need there for you? A couple thaumium plates. Do we have thaumium by hand? We've got one thaumium plate. That's exciting. We've got one of them. But I do need another piece of thaumium, which if it's not in my chest out here, if we don't have any thaumium here, thaumium's blue steel makes a thaumium, right? Yes, that's correct. So let me get for you. We'll just get a few extra blue steel, right? Can't hurt. We'll turn that into thaumium over here. Precontatio, we are pretty low on. Maybe enough for like at least one set, I'd be happy. Oh yeah, now look, we have enough for 2 sets. Sweet. We had 11, we needed 10. Hooray! 4 of you thaumium, and then we'll turn them into plates. And then we needed some red alloy wire times 4, which we should have no problem auto crafting. Man, remember my logistics pipe system? It feels like forever ago, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel like forever ago that we had a logistics pipe system all going on? I'm telling you, it feels like It feels like forever since we played with logistics pipes. But I mean, as we get back into tech, right? Like I'm definitely focused on a lot of the different magic mods right now, and that's all going to tie back into tech at some point in the future, I assume. But I'm also just having fun because blood magic unlocks a lot of powerful items. The Sigil of Air is like really good for getting around town, as you guys know. Like absolutely one of my favorite, get around town type dudes. So we're very much going to be using that, right? So that got me for the digital mob bag on a check. We need sooty marble. I can make those real lickety split. It's just charcoal and do we have any sooty marble? No, we don't have any extra. That's all right. It's really easy to make. 4 of you and charcoal or coal, but since we have unlimited charcoal, we might as well use that guy. And then let's see. So that would be you are done. I think we got everything, right? We got everything. We just need the demonic will, which we should have one laying around. Cool. And then we need you, and we're going to check out what this digital mob agonizer does. But then I'm assuming that the digital mob agonizer, didn't I get the pump? Did I leave it? I probably left it in the thingy. I left it in the thingy. It's just dire being a dope. That's what happens. That's what you guys tune in for. I can only assume that to be true. There's my electric pump. Come on, Chief. That little lag spike that happens every now and then when you do things always gets me. Okay, so you, and that should be cool. We just need a little bit of darkness. Now, I don't know if that was necessary to really get these things going, but I think what I'll do is link you back to the altar so that we can continue doing stuff during the day. Do I have my linking tool in here? Where is linking tool? If it's not in... Oh, it is in my inventory. YouTuber blindness. Gets me every time. That's what's up. Okay. So you link to here. Are you off by one? You kind of are. Hey, wow, you're doing a bad job of collecting. Oh, right. Is that new, that there? I could have sworn that we didn't have too much of a problem. Let's put it here, then. Lots of charging now. Perfect. All right, so digital mob agonizer. Now the other thing we're going to need is some kind of model, right? So that looks like a really simple craft. Mana steel screws, red alloy, gold and iron plate, like simple, easy peasy, right? And then we just take any, and so deep mob learning definitely seems to be like, we're being pointed in that direction, right? I mean, like the crafting recipes are easy to make. So I feel like we're supposed to be doing that. Now, we might want more than one of these, by the way. We're going to have to look into that, right? But for now, let's just get our first one of these dudes. Now, here's a question, because I've been needing screws a lot. What machines make screws? A lathe makes a screw? Is that what we have down here? We do have a lathe. Okay, cool. So can I just, like, feed this guy? Like, screws made in a lathe, bolts are made in a cutting saw, or an extruder, right? Now, that makes 4 to 1. Kind of cool. And you're made in a lathe, right? Do we have a cutting saw around here somewhere? We don't really. Not down here. So if we wanted to automate screws, we totally could get away from doing like the whole thing I've been doing. But let's do this. Let's do lathe. Let's put all 4 of you in here, right? Not gonna sweat it. That should be cool. And then we will cutting saw, and then we will lathe again, right? And as a reminder, if you want to tick accelerate, go grab yourself a battery. It'll make things a little bit faster. Wow, you're pretty quick. Even without tick accelerating. Haha, 32 mana screws. Good. So that'll, they're used for a handful of things, and, like, why not just have a few extra laying around, right? Like, look how many things use mana screws. Yeah, we totally want some of them. Now we can go ahead and request the rest of what we need for that. And I'm not sure with the digital mob agonizer, right? I know with this guy, right, the simulation doohickey, different things obviously give you different items, right? However, with this guy, the digital mob agonizer, he's only showing me zombie data models in JEI. right? Now, you can also get catalysts, which I guess give you like a multiplier, it looks like. So, you know, if I threw one of these items into this at some point, well, I'm sure once we open the UI, we'll figure it out. But, so you get like a little bit more life essence based on the zombie data model. I'll be curious to see if the zombie data model levels up inside the digital mob agonizer, or if that only happens inside the simulation chamber. No idea. Like, no clue, right? I have no idea how this is going to work. Speaking of this, dude, how hard is it to make these guys? Polymer clay. Polyethylene ingots. Or clay and plastic enriched eggs. Plastic chicken, you say, huh? That looks very craftable, but we need polyethylene. Is that a thing we have access to right now? I'm asking for a friend. Air and ethylene, which needs a distillery or a chemical reactor, ethanol and sulfuric acid. So, I mean, like, we could totally get those with chickens a little bit easily once we get polyethylene, which doesn't look too bad. Looks like it's within reach of us. I think once we get distillation going on for MV tier power, we might look into doing that. So I think for now, our focus is going to be digital mob agonizer, which doesn't look like it needs items in order to do, right? It looks like you just put in the model and you're done. And we're going to check that out right now. So give me that. And we'll start with zombie. Hooray, task completed. And you. So what task just got completed? Pray tell. Blood for the blood gods. Oh, yeah, you, digital mob agonizer. Cool. So we got that. An altar linker. We need one of these. Oh, and we get a blank data model as a reward. Oh, well. Oh, well. Altar linker. Hopefully you're not too crazy of a recipe. Oh, you're a luminous crafting table. We need an eye of redstone. Can we... Missing resonating redstone. That we can do. So you... and then we're going to want soot-covered plates, which need soot-covered redstone, which crafted by crushing redstone against a block of coal. I have a block of coal. At least I have the things to make a block of coal. Dyer's so addicted to tick accelerators. Raw. I mean, did you guys want to sit there and watch that happen? Did you? Did you sit there and watch that happen? Hooray, it works. All right. So give me the 3 obsidian I need. This is where we're going to need a handful of these dudes. So I'm just going to grab a few. This is why I did that, because I knew I was getting into deep mob learning and it was going to be obsidian times, right? Cool. And did I request the red alloy wire? I don't think I did. All right, I'll meet you guys outside in a minute once this red alloy wire crafts. All right, so digital mob linker is go. Nice and quick craft. Nice, that was a nice and quick craft. All right, so now let's like set it up, right? So all we need is the thingy that'll hook into our RF gen thingy, and then we should be cool. So that would be you, the Spectre coil, right? And as a reminder, these things are not terrible to make now because we've got Spectre lenses, which need Spectre ingots, which is all the ectoplasm, which we've got a ton of out there, remember? So that was tricky at first, but now not so bad. So I don't know exactly where I want my blood altar thingy to be, but I'm thinking probably somewhere in this general area, yes? That was for something. There's a reason that was there. And I don't remember what it is, but I'm sure it was important. But if that's my astral, then this can be my blood magic, right? So I'm just going to kind of line you up. Does that look like it's pretty much in line? Yeah, sure, why not? And you go there. Okay, so I know zombies. You know what I need to do also? Astral ritual for no mob spawns. I totally want to set that up, like, sooner than later. Now, it doesn't have to be dark for this, so I don't even know why I'm waiting. Like, let's go sleep through the night. Okay, easy peasy. Mobs are dying out there. So I'm assuming that I just plop you onto there, and then you've got RF. Booyah. And then the zombie horse is coming. Look, zombie horse, I'm sure you were nice before you were zombie, but... no agonizer target. Link while sneaking. Clear target with right click. Linked altar to agonizer. Sweet. No data model. Well, we've got one here. Data model tier too low. Oh, I gotta collect at least 6 zombies. Ha! I should not have slept through the night. Zombies. Zombies. There's no zombies in the nether. Yeah, we're gonna need to wait for daytime to be nighttime. So we'll be back. Alright, so now do I have to like... Oh, that's right. Isn't there something I have to do? Deep mob learning. Don't I need an item? The deep learner. Yes, I need this. Hold on, I need that. I remember now. I almost went out hunting for mobs because it was, about time to do that. And it just occurred to me, wait, I need a deep mob learner thingy, don't I? Yeah, I need you. So how do we make you? 5 soot-covered these dudes and 1 slime ball. Does it have to be that slime ball? Can it be any slime ball? Please say it can be any slime ball. Forge hammer. Let's try the rice slime ball. Just because maybe that'll work, and I'll be lucky. Where's all my rice? You, please. Yeah. You think that'll work? Time will tell. Oh, rip. Big old rip. How do we get purple slime balls then? That's going to be a trick. Let me play through JEI for a minute. You know what? You get it from a quest, Deep Mob Learner. So I just need a simulation chamber. So I can make that. Hang on. Let's make a simulation chamber. 4 obsidian. Do the thing. If I make a simulation chamber, we'll get this as a quest. 3 redstone torches. I can totally do this as a quest, and then we don't have to worry about it, right? How cool beans is that? Sort that for me, would you? Thanks, Chief. Oh, that's right, the LV machine casing is already happening. Oh well, it's fine. Probably on its way. What else do I need here? 2 ender pearls and 2 lapis. And a glass pane. Cool. Okay. So now, as soon as this thing's done cooking, there we go, and the simulation chamber. Boom. Quest complete. Perfect. All right, and that quest was part of simulating consciousness. All right, deep mob learner. And that's cool. And then into the deep mob learner goes the zombies, and now we go kill zombies times 6, and we should be cool. And we want this in our offhand if we want to see the top left faulty model 6 to go thing, though I don't think it needs to be in your hand in order for this to actually work. Let's make sure that we're ready to heal ourselves, and I didn't bring my arrows because I am really smart and good at this game. But in fairness, we only have to kill 6 zombies, so... Skeletons? No. Lots of skeletons. Need zombies, not skeletons. Hello, astral portal area thingy. Alright, more zombies, less skeletons, please. Ooh, an enderman. Man, these dudes take a lot of hits. I really need to get that enchanting thing out. Dude, how many monsters are there at night? The answer is a lot. 2 to go. Hey, don't blow up my zombies. I'm trying to kill them. 12 to go. 11 to go. I mean, at this point... Quest complete, everlasting key. Okay, I don't know what quest that was, but some kind of flower. At this point, we should just... Wow, he has a lot of health. He's not named or anything, he just has a ton of health. Alright. At this point, like, I know I get a little bit more LP, a little bit more, like, blood points, for higher tier models. So I might as well get all 12 and at least get him up to, like, the advanced tier, which would be smart. So I only have to kill 6 more and I'll get there. So let's, hello, you? You look like a nice target. Thanks. I'm gonna kill a few more off camera, Ollie. Ah, run away, zombies. I don't like skeletons. Should have a shield, but it's me. Soon, my friends, soon we will be murderizing all the mobs like no tomorrow, because we're gonna have some really powerful enchanted stuff once I get access to a couple more things that'll make enchanting a little bit easier for me. Alright, back in a few, just need to kill a few more zombies. Alright, mission complete. We got even a couple more beyond the advanced tier, so how cool is that? Alright, not too shabby. So now what we're going to do is take this guy off here. I've got a lot of things to take out, but let's hook this up. Boom! We're making 15 millibuckets per tick. That ain't shabby. Is it working? It is working. Sweet. And I assume this is tick acceleratable, right? It's going to chew up the RF a little bit. Operational cost is 128 RF a tick. But look at it go. Alrighty then. And remember, it has an internal buffer that the blood altar fills first. So once that buffer is done filling, it'll stop trickling out, right? But that's pretty easy peasy cool. Love it. Let's go put our stuff away that we've accumulated here. You can go back, Mr. Battery. And how are you doing? Oh, not great, not terrible. I don't know how much you do, right? But I'm going to have to keep an eye on this, like, once the tick acceleration wears off, which I suspect it may have already done, which frightens me a little bit. Because that means that you, sir, are not in a good place. So you're doing that, 15 millibuckets per tick at an operation of 128 RF a tick. Good to know. Should eat something, because food is a thing that we want. I'm probably low on food in my lunchbox. I should also really look at doing, like, better food. Eating little morsels every day is just getting tedious to me. I should really look into better food. It's one of those things where there's just like a million options, and it stinks that there's so many options. You, sir, look like you're doing just not enough. So the CEU LV. Max forge energy out is 128 RF a tick. Okay. Now, here's a question. You, Spectre Coil, generate 128 RF a tick. So you generate 128 RF a tick. I wonder if we should switch these. I feel like we should, right? That seems smart. Because this thing we're obviously going to be using more than our oil wells RF a tick gen. So, like, how are we doing with RF over on that thingy now? Would be my question. He still looks like he has a net loss going on, which doesn't make a super lot of sense, right? Because leadstone flux ducts can do more than 128. Oh, no, they can't. They transfer 100 RF a tick? What? That is a stupid amount of RF a tick. That is really small. Flux duct. Wow, is that all my flux ducts option? All right, conduits. You do 640 energy conduits, and you need conductive iron, which is made in alloy smeltery. Okay, cool. Do we know how to make that? I don't think so. Let's put away our junk, and I'm going to transition to conduits instead of leadstone. Ooh, that's MV tier. Ooh, that's only MV tier. That would explain why it's not working up here. And this is an LV, right? Alloy smeltery, whatever this one is. So I assume that will also not work. Correctamundo. So that explains that. Okay. Do we have conduits? Thought we had conduits. I thought we had energy conduits. I know we were given conduits as a quest reward, right? And we got redstone, and we got fluids, and we got items, but I don't think we ever got energy conduits as a quest reward. Yeah, no, there's no quest tab up there. Ooh, how do we transfer our tick a little better than that? So what we could do is just connect this guy directly to this dude, and that would be 128 RF a tick, and then we'd be fine. Does that seem like a smart move? And then we have to do something for the charge pad, right? But yeah, let's forget you guys. Okay, we're gonna put you there. See how he's breaking even? See how he doesn't have a gain? The reason he doesn't have a gain is because he's using exactly the same amount of arithmetic that is being... Okay, cool. Perfect. And how are you guys doing by way of batteries? You're fine. All right, so let's teleport back here, put this thing back. We'll leave it on. We'll leave this guy on here and, you know, slash home. And then what we'll do is... my charge pad, I can hook up to another CEULV somewhere. I don't know exactly where. I guess, you know, it doesn't hurt to do this for now. Right? And that's cool? Yeah, that should work. Now, I'm assuming what's going to happen at some point is this guy's buffer is going to fill with LP, and this guy's going to fill with LP. Wow, you have a long ways to go, don't you? Are you just that slow? Wow, that is slow. That is definitely slow. That is not what I would call fast. Not even a little bit. Definitely not. Now, here's another question. You ready? Got another question for you. Because I'm just toying in my mind with how we can make this a little bit better. What if instead of this, we did... And I know these are only 100 RF a tick, but... that should be doing a net gain now, right? And we should have the power to supply that, right? So as we get into MV tier, this will be less of a problem. But if we let this thing build up its internal buffer a little bit better, right, then we can get into tick accelerating that LP producer, right? So this will be a little bit passive and a little bit slow, but not per se the end of the world. Okay. I'm okay with this. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. You definitely need to be getting more power, so we probably want to get into MV tier sooner than later so that we can give this guy more juice, right? That's basically what it comes down to. We need to feed energy into him faster so we can get him running faster. Now, we could absolutely also consider upgrading these dudes because in here, it's 10 millibuckets per tick for the basic tier, 15 for advanced, and then it goes 30 and 60. So if we really wanted to get like a decent amount of LP going, we could do that. And we could also have more than one of these, obviously, but more than one of these means more RF a tick, which is our problem, right? So our problem's RF a tick. So multiplying the mob agonizers there won't be the ideal solution. That said, I should have enough LP at this point to make my first blood orb. Hooray! So this guy can passively generate LP. That works for me, right? Because I can walk away and come back, and that's, you know, that's cool. I wonder what his internal... I'm assuming... that's right, there's the multiplier, right? So we can get a multiplier on it. That's cool. So we should look into deep mob learning so we can get a multiplier on that dude. And then also you can be tick accelerated too. All the particles, yay! Boom, and bound to dire. Task complete, master blood orb. Look at that. Look at all the tasks I completed. That's not a master blood orb, by the way. The Mark of the Falling Tower ritual. I remember that one. To hold 500k LP in your network, you need the master blood orb. Holds 1 million. That's right. Cool. Black quartz. Oh, that's neat. Thorium, pitch blend, sulfur, star metal, black quartz, star metal. Star metal's in there twice. Rock crystal ore, aluminum, skystone. That's cool. So we can use Mark of the Falling Tower in order to get our space rocks before going to space. That's cool. All right. Blood apple snack. Consumes to add LP to your network. Consume near an altar to add LP to the altar. How much? And how do they can you make them? Ooh. Infinity reagent, smart chicken, demon blood shard. Okay. Not terrible. That is a chicken thing. That is a chicken thing. Would you look at that? How much LP do you add? That is my question. So you're at... I guess I need hunger in order for this to work, right? This is the part where I get hunger, please? Dire's always hungry, and... yeah, okay, so you're at 915. It doesn't look like a lot, does it? Did that look like a lot to you guys? It didn't look like a lot to me. Yeah. At least we have this thing, right? All right, cool. Back in a minute. All right, so we've got our first bits of blood magic going on, which is cool. What I'm going to do between episodes is let the LP build up over there. So we can take away some things, right? Digital Mob Agonizer's done. You guys, for the most part, we do need to look at getting blank slates going, and that's going to need LP, Arcane Stone, and Nocturnal Powder, which is easy. Which is we've done before. Not as easy. I got to look into automating knacker blocks because the quest book did not lie when it said we need a lot of knacker, right? So I'd like to automate this in some way. So it's easy to make, right? You just drop a gold nugget into some of that liquid mana. But like liquid mana, I don't think you can easily make, right? I mean, you can if you get into Vintium Dust and Night Tour. So like at some point we should probably be able to manage. Oh, well, that's cool. Mana enriched eggs, huh? Can we make these? I don't think yet. I don't think yet. But at some point we will be able to automate mana, but not yet. So let's do this. Let's wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next time. We will get into this stuff with blood magic. We'll look at upgrading our altar. And what I'd really like to do, if I can, is if we look at Constellation Paper, this one needed growth reagents, which needs a medium will. So for now, 27 off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.